What's up, y'all? Taylor Exchange here with another video. If you're new to the channel, I'm a part-time reseller in North Texas, and I'm here to show you how I make money selling things online. Today's video is about how I receive a lot of positive feedback. Since I started selling last fall, I've sold 617 items. Out of those items, I've received 299 positive feedbacks with 2 neutral feedbacks, and we'll get more into the neutral feedbacks later. But as far as the positive feedbacks, you may be asking, wow, that's almost 50%. How'd you sell that many items and get that many feedback? Well, I'm going to tell you. I start with a thank you card. I started doing these thank you cards in February of this year. I went to Walmart and I was looking for paper and cardstock and trying to recreate a business card essentially without paying much money. And I landed on these Astro Bright cards. The Astro Bright card pack was $4.32. It came with 100, pages. So out of those 100 pages, I was able to make 10 thank you cards out of each page, leaving me with 1,000 thank you cards. This is an example of one of the thank you cards. It has my eBay handle in the top, Taylor.bros, and then it has thank you real big in the middle, and at the bottom, probably the most important line, it says please leave feedback. I write that so that whenever the customer is opening their item, probably in a bunch of joy, most of the time people are pretty excited to receive their item, and maybe they'll throw the card down. If they're colored, it really sticks out because a lot of items are kind of, plain colors. And the color cards, I try to contrast it to the color of the item so that, if you sell white shoes and give them a white thank you card, they may not see it. But for the ones that do see it, they're going to see, oh, this is the store that I got the item from, and they're asking me to leave feedback. So a lot of times people have been doing it, and I really appreciate that. I like the sales, I like the money, I like when the item gets there, on time, but receiving the positive feedback might be, my second favorite part of the job. Sales are probably the first part. I mean, to be honest, they're the most exciting part, but the positive feedback is a close second. It just tells me that this person actually cares, that they understand somebody is, taking the time to get this item, to prep it, to take the photos and get it to them safely. Now, that may be pretty common. Maybe a lot of you guys out there are like, well, I've been doing the thank you cards and it still doesn't work, if you don't already have it written on there to please leave feedback, maybe you can add that. But one of the things that a fellow reseller told me whenever I first started was he goes back to his solds and he can see, eBay will show you if the buyer left you positive feedback. He goes back beyond the date of his return date. So I have a 30-day return policy. I go past the 30 days and I create a message to send to him, contact buyer. I create a message and it typically says something like, thank you for your purchase. I appreciate the business. If you could please leave positive feedback, it'd be much appreciated. And I copy that message and then I send it off to every single buyer, who did not leave positive feedback. And I think I did this a couple days ago. And I did it for probably maybe 20 people. And out of those 20 people, 5 of them actually left positive feedback. And, that was pretty cool. I was very surprised. And it took maybe 2 minutes. You just make the one message, copy it, and then, just start pasting it on emails. And, some people, they don't really know that you can do that. One funny thing was one of the people that I emailed the note to, they messaged me back and said thanks, I appreciate it, and they didn't actually leave feedback. They just sent me another message. So, that was fine. I wasn't going to try to correct them and say, oh, if you could actually go click into the positive feedback section, I wasn't going to do all that. It kind of warmed my heart, seeing that she sent the message back and didn't really get the idea. But yeah, those are the two things. Like I said, 617 items sold, 299 feedback, and the neutrals, honestly have no idea why they selected neutral. They were both really positive messages. They liked the stuff, and they still left a neutral feedback. It could be maybe they just sit on the fence on every decision, and they couldn't decide, or maybe they actually just thought it was average. But it didn't seem that way through the message. Nonetheless, if you do run into bad feedback, if you get a negative feedback, say you ship a VCR and then the VCR doesn't work whenever they get it. Maybe it fell in shipping and, you tell them, well, I tested it before I sent it and it's fine. And they say, well, I want a refund, and you're getting negative feedback. can't really argue with them there, but what you can do is you can contact eBay. eBay will give you up to 5, I think it's 5 feedback removals. Now, I've done this one time, and they took the feedback off. What I had sold it was one of those automated pill dispensers where you set alarms, and it has a lock, and it it rotates to the unlock section. It's for people who have memory issues, or maybe for kids. They don't want them getting into the pills at the wrong time. And the customer didn't know how to use it. I sent them a link to a YouTube video, which is how I figured out how to use it. I gave them batteries. I printed out a manual, and they still claimed they couldn't figure it out, and they left negative feedback. They didn't even return the item, which I thought was a bit odd. They just decided to leave the negative feedback. So I called eBay just to talk to them about it, and they said they understood and they removed it. And then I later saw another video saying somebody had mentioned they remove 5 a year. So I haven't done that for the neutrals. I kind of just, calling eBay is great. Sometimes I don't really want to spend the time to do it. And with the coronavirus, I feel like they haven't been taking calls lately. Like, you have to contact them through correspondence or emails. So anyway, a little off topic there, but yeah, let's get back to the big things. Astro Bright thank you cards. I bought that pack in February, and I still have quite a bit left. And shoot that email to the customers. I typically wait past the 30 days because I'm not gonna send it to them the very next day that I see it hit their house and try to bug them again about it. Hopefully they get it through the cards and they just decide to do it anyway. But that's pretty much it. So go ahead, apply that to your business if you want. If you think it's garbage advice, go ahead. It's garbage advice. I mean, it's worked for me. It's all good. I don't blame you. Everyone has their own methods, and I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you do? And if you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe. Smash that like button and leave a comment below. I'd appreciate it. Take it easy, guys. Remember, thanks, and please leave feedback. Bye.